we've been talking throughout this program of the possibility that the Israel-Hamas conflict may be winding down in the coming days. And now we have some breaking news. Egypt has apparently offered a ceasefire deal. Egypt's been a mediator in prior conflicts between Israel and Hamas. A ceasefire deal that would take effect Thursday at 6 a.m. in the morning, local time. Now, Hamas has reportedly agreed to the conditions that's been laid out in that mediation with Egypt. Well, for more, let's go to our defense correspondent, Daniel Semach in Ashkelon. Daniel, just update us. Looks like it could be a ceasefire deal, at least on the table at this time.
Right, Kalev, and it's always important to take these reports with a grain of salt, even though they have specific dimensions, most notably the fact that there is a time when it's supposed to take effect, the fact that Egypt is a part of it. That's obviously an actor that's going to be crucial in reaching any sort of agreement between Israel and Hamas, as you mentioned, has been the case in every other sort of escalation we've seen in recent years. But ultimately, there is no question that when you're talking about something that's supposed to happen in 24 hours from now, it's meant a lot could go wrong, and a lot is still happening as we speak. In the last few minutes, we've seen the rocket alert sirens continuing throughout southern Israel, and there's no question that we could also see things that could happen in a more extreme realm that could prevent a ceasefire from going into effect. Now, it is important to acknowledge the fact that these reports are gaining traction, that we've heard similar reports in recent days that would really indicate that this would be the next step. And also, it's consistent with what the Prime Minister Netanyahu has said, that it could last a few days. That means Thursday is still in the cards as far as a potential start to a ceasefire. But also, definitely, we're far from that right now, given the fact that the rocket fire is continuing towards southern Israel, and the fact that the Israeli military spokesperson said quite clearly that tonight will be a night where the IDF might will be proven to those militant factions in Gaza. And if that's indeed the case, then you're going to want to see a response, if you're a Palestinian militant, from the leadership in Gaza in light of whatever may be on the horizon in the late night hours. So definitely a lot could happen between now and 6 a.m. on Thursday, but these reports are gaining traction, and they do have the characteristics of other sort of ceasefire agreements that have been reached in previous escalations between Israel and Hamas. Egypt will be that crucial factor at the end of the day when it comes to these two sides reaching an agreement, more than the United States. United States pressure is definitely relevant here, but Egypt will bring the two sides together.
I'm just going to add a note of caution that in previous, even if this report is accurate, we have seen often a flurry of rocket attacks, for example, from the Gaza Strip, leading up to the final hours of the conflict into a ceasefire deal. But let me just reiterate this breaking news. Reports that Egypt has offered a ceasefire deal to take effect Thursday at 6 o'clock in the morning local time, and Hamas has reportedly agreed to the conditions. I-24 News will continue to follow this and all the breaking news developments. So